Hello, hello, good evening, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are. I just felt like talking a little bit about something that's been important to me, especially recently, exercise. And I don't mean, going to the gym every day, pumping iron. No, just something as simple as taking a walk, for example. I, for the longest time, would not really exercise. I would, just sit around playing video games, talking with people, whatever. And I had a lot of good times from doing that, but I also had a lot of bad times. And looking back on that, partially comes from not exercising very much. Not exercising very much can lead to some problems. I'm not saying that exercise is a catch-all solution, it'll fix every problem you have, no. But it is definitely a good way to, clear your mind and sort of reset your brain in a way. And what I mean by that is if your brain's been on, you've overclocked your brain and it's working hard constantly, you could think of exercise as a way to kind of reset your brain, turn it off and turn it on again. My exercise of choice is riding my bicycle. You could do pretty much anything for exercise, and it doesn't need to be intensive, like lifting weights. However, it is something you could definitely do. But if you're just looking for a little break from it, if you're just looking for a little break from it all, just take a little walk, 5 to 10 minute walk. Clear your mind, get some fresh air, and maybe you'll see some cool stuff on the way. For the past week, I've been going out every day in the mornings. I wake up, have something to eat, maybe some granola, which is usually my go-to in the mornings. And then I'd go on my bike for an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes more. I'd just go out talking with my friend on Discord mobile, and he would be doing his walks, and I would be doing my biking. Something else to mention is that going out every day may not work out entirely, because maybe it's raining, maybe it's too cold or too hot, and it's just dangerous. You could do, like, lifting weights, for example. You could do something as simple as some push-ups, or maybe some, like, yoga or something like that. Just, something small that'll help you out in the long term. Things like that is what I've been doing to help myself recently. And I've noticed a huge change. So, before, like I was saying, I wouldn't really do too much. I wasn't the most active person. But going out, I've definitely been able to deal with situations a lot better than I could have before. With just really being like a potato, not really moving at all. But on top of that, my head is just, it feels so much more clear. My thought process is just much more straightforward, among other benefits. I was kind of inspired to make this video from the video I watched earlier this morning, which made me realize that, yeah, that actually is true. And it's a video by a channel called Berm Peak. They have a video that I watched this morning after I got home called Why We Should Prescribe Mountain Biking and Outdoor Recreation. He basically said what I was saying, albeit a much better way of doing it. His example of choice was mountain biking, something that I actually would really like to do, but I only have a street bike at the moment. He essentially compared mountain biking to meditation, where in meditation your focus is mostly on one thing, and being on a mountain bike trail could kind of be like meditation in a way, since you're focused on the trail and what's coming up. And that's a great way to clear your mind if you have something difficult going on or you're going through a particularly rough patch in your life. Get on a bike, take a walk, jog, go kayaking, have a swim. There's a lot of options, and these are all very enjoyable activities on top of being very healthy and beneficial for just your body in general. That all being said, what do you guys do for exercise? If it's something small like is walking, where do you go? What do you look at? I know when I'm riding my bike, I love to go down to this lake every day and sit on a dock for a couple minutes, eat my granola bar, and just look out at the birds over the water doing their stuff. I actually went out earlier today after a big rainstorm, and everything was super flooded. It was like 4 inches of water had built up in this lake, and it was really cool seeing how much the water had risen. And of course, the wildlife, there's just ducks every day there. I love going to see. I love when I see a mother duck with her ducklings following her. It's the cutest thing in the world. Also, something else that I could suggest, which is very fun and encourages exploration and outdoor activity, is geocaching. Now, what geocaching is, put very simply, you're given coordinates on a map, or you're just given a map location, and it shows you the general area of a cache. And what a cache would be in this case is just maybe a little film canister. I know that's the first cache I'd ever found. You look for it, and the person who's hid it somewhere, they could find some interesting locations. One that I'd gone to recently was behind an outdoor park. There was a small clearing with a little picnic table inside, which I never would have ever seen if not for the cache being there. Unfortunately, I didn't actually find that one, but it was still a really good time to go there and see something like that, because I never would have known about that spot. What you do when you find these things is, if you bring a pen or pencil, inside of the cache container there is a logbook, which is generally just a small sheet of notebook paper, which you then write your name on, and then the date that you found it. And then I use an app called CGeo, which also has a virtual logbook, in case the one on the actual cache maybe is missing or isn't very easy to write on for whatever reason. And if you're interested in that, I would actually recommend, giving the app a download and checking it out for yourself, because I was surprised there was actually a lot of caches near me. The places these things are hidden in, very hidden in plain sight. It's places you drive past, walk past, bike past every single day and not give it a second thought. But these things are sneaky, they're hidden all over the place. The app I use is called C::Geo. Opening it up, there's a map. You can zoom in or out and find caches that are nearby. You tap on a cache and it shows you a little bit of information about it. There's hints on the cache, and it's just a really good time. Back to my biking endeavors, just something else that I've really been liking to do recently is just going out and seeing new things. I usually would take the same path and go with the same routes, which actually I just said the same thing twice, but I digress. I would do the same thing over and over. But taking different routes is definitely something you can find interesting places in. I've actually found a few places that I kind of want to hide my own geocaches in from doing that. So if you combine those two activities, I think you got yourself a new hobby you could do. Maybe even two new hobbies. You could pick up one or the other, or both. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna probably stream after recording this, considering I would like to go outside a little bit longer today, but it's been very rainy, as I mentioned before. So I hope you have a good day, and should have linked the video I was mentioning from Burn Peak before, so definitely give that a watch. And if you're remotely interested in mountain biking, trail biking, any biking really, definitely give that channel a shot. Check them out. Really good, high quality videos, and just a whole lot of fun to watch. Have a nice day. Stay safe, eat well, and keep active. That's something that I've been learning is very important recently. It's very hot in my room, so I'll hand it over to myself playing Soldier to finish this video off. Enjoy the gameplay.
Bye!